Hi boys and girls. Today I'm going to read to you about an insect that I am not crazy about. It is not one of my favorite insects. Actually, I find them really annoying and pesky. I am going to read to you about the fly, the house fly. And this is a close-up, really big close-up of a house fly. And here is a really large 3D picture of a house fly. These things are so annoying in the summer. And when they get into my house, I do not get happy about them. It says, the little insect that inspired its own science fiction movie is actually one of several species that consumes waste and pollinates plants. I guess everything is not bad about these little creatures. They eat waste and they pollinate plants. And we know how important pollinators are to growing fruits and vegetables. So not everything is bad about this little bug. Flies are third only to bees and wasps as pollinators. Still, a close-up of a fly's face and mouth parts, not to mention some of its feeding habits, are enough to give anyone the horrors. Horrific table manners. Terrible. The mouth parts of flies are unique in that they are made of a spongy material that only soaks up liquid. Some fly species have developed teeth or hardened areas at their end of their tubular mouths. So they also have a mouth that is like a tube, like a straw. And they have developed little teeth at the end of that tube. This enables them to catch animal skin and make it bleed. Ugh. Others have a stiff tube-like labium or lower lip that can cut through skin, like a mosquito does with us. The spongy stuff then absorbs the blood. The common housefly throws up liquid onto solid foods to dissolve them into absorbable fluid. So what that means is that they throw up this liquid on solid food that they can't eat, and then when it starts to dissolve and turn liquidy, then they suck that up. Ugh. Not nice. Ugly babies. While some flies are actually attractive means pretty to look at. Most fly babies, called maggots, are squirmy worm-like things that hatch in huge masses on whatever food source their mother chose to lay her eggs. The common housefly eats anything. Ready for this? Animal poop is their favorite. Oh, I can hear some of you laughing, I know. As well as rotting foods. You don't want too many breeding around your house. Flies carry millions of bacteria from the rotting food sources, all of which they transfer to any of the food that they land on. That's why you should swat a fly when you see it, and that's why you should never let a fly sit on your food, because they're carrying a bunch of germs on themselves. And when they land on food that you're eating, you should stop eating it and no longer eat it, because now they've just put the germs that were on their body onto your food, and if you eat it, it can make you very sick. Some species of fly maggots eat decaying flesh of living animals. That means that they eat the flesh, the skin of an animal that's rotting. In fact, certain maggots have been bred in labs specifically for medical use. They actually clean up open wounds where traditional methods haven't worked. That's pretty gross. But again, pretty useful, right? The bad and the beautiful. Believe it or not, a mosquito is a fly. No wonder they can break through your skin. Remember when we read earlier that they break through the skin to absorb the blood? And I said, oh, just like a mosquito. That's because it says that a mosquito is actually a fly. Its piercing mouth part puts it squarely in the bad column for most humans. Yet, there is one mosquito that is a plant feeder and whose larvae eat the larva of other blood-sucking mosquitoes. These things, man. So now we see what they eat. They eat rotting food. Ooh, blood. Soldier flies and hover flies mimic bees in their appearance, and they feed on nectar and pollen. Okay. Some flies, like the black fly, have harmless males that are nectar feeders, but blood-sucking females that bite birds and mammals, including humans. Wait a minute. All these female insects, oh, they're not nice. They have good reason, however. Female flies that eat blood do so for the protein to be able to produce eggs. Aha! They use that blood to help them make eggs so that they can make more babies. Of course, if you're going to bite us, maybe we don't want them to make babies. Flies have compound eyes. They have compound eyes like the praying mantis. And I'm going to put closer the picture of the fly so that you can see what that compound eye looks like in a closer vision. This compound eye is a sphere, a circle, with many lenses, allowing them to see 360 degrees. That means that without moving their head, they can see from the front all the way around their head. Pretty amazing. Perhaps that's what makes them so difficult to swat and kill, because they can see you coming. It says the housefly is one of the most common and successful of all insects and is found throughout the world because it carries at least 100 different kinds of disease-causing organisms. It is a huge problem for humans. Controlling its numbers is an ongoing battle. So I'm not wrong to want to get rid of them when they enter my house, because I'm actually trying to keep my family healthy. Look what it says. It says that they can carry 100 different kinds of diseases, germs that can make you sick. My goodness, I am going to continue killing them when they come into my house for sure, even though I feel bad because they are pollinators. So I'm going to show you up close the picture of the eye. And can you see, I don't know if the sun is letting you, can you see all the little components of their eye? It is pretty amazing. That is why it's called a compound eye. I hope you were able to see the awesome detail. It is like a net. Like if you have that mesh outside of your window when you open it so that flies and bugs can't fly in, their eye kind of looks like that mesh on our windows. It's pretty amazing. It is pretty amazing. It is an insect. It has 6 legs. It has a head. It has wings. It has a thorax, and it has an abdomen, and the antennas are in the front right here. I don't know if you can see them. Right in front of their eyes. Pretty cool animals, even though they are pretty disgusting if you ask me. Let's see if I'm going to try an experiment. Let's see if I put the 3D glasses right up close, if it will work. Let's see. Does it work for you to see the 3D animal? Let's see. I really want you guys to see this animal with 3D because it is so super cool. Let's see. Maybe that's a little better angle. Can you see it? It does work. I'll show you with the blue. All right, it did work. I found a way to make it work. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed reading about flies today. They are pretty gross, but they're pretty useful. Not my favorite insect. All right, until next time.